All right, welcome on How I Like to Track in MyFitnessPal. This is just a useful tool for you to rely on if you need some extra help on how to set up your macros and what to do, how to use the app. I'm just taking care of the basics here, and hopefully this can be useful for you just when you are figuring out how to track all of your food. So I don't like to use the current goals that they set for you based on like your goal weight or anything. So I'm just playing around with things. Yes, you want to add in your current weight if you'd like to track that as well. But main thing is you want to go in and change your macros to what I have prescribed for you. So you can do that in the free version. Sometimes they won't let you get it 100% to the number that I set for you, but try and get as close as you can and keep in mind that you are trying to hit those numbers. Most important macro is protein, so always make sure you are planning your day around your protein goal. Easiest way is to just divide the number by how many meals you plan to eat and then aim for that per meal, like 20 to 30 grams or so. So let's start with breakfast. Gonna just recommend egg whites are a very, very easy way to get in a lot of protein. Usually 200 grams, 20 grams of protein, easy way to start the day. You can have an egg to add to that as well. But you can build the rest of your day around your breakfast if that is your favorite meal, or if you have a favorite meal, you can build the rest of your day around that meal as well. It is good to do some pre-planning though. So track before you just eat, and you can go into nutrition and see where you're at for the day. So you can see I'm at 40 protein, 32 carbs, and something fat. Didn't see the number. So then when I'm tracking lunch, I like to check and see how much protein it's going to be. You can pause the video and look back. But yeah, you want to just make sure you are getting in an adequate amount of carbs and fats per meal, as well as plenty of vegetables. But you can go into nutrition after, you're done logging your food, add in enough carbs, fats, protein per meal, but you can go into nutrition, see where you're at for the day. After you log everything, scroll down, and you see you still have a lot to play with. So that's only 800 calories for the day for 2 meals, and I'm just doing basic chicken, but you can scan in foods that you like as well. If you pause the video and look over at the barcode section, there is an opportunity to just scan something in as whatever it is, whether it's almond milk, whether it's, I even have like rice cakes or like a Pop-Tart as like my treat for the day. But you can scan that in and build your macros around it. I'm just doing basics because they're easy to hit your carb goals, fat goals, protein goals with. You can search. They have a huge database of foods. I love vegan protein, and I try and get 1 serving a day. But it's up to you what you feel like you want to fill your macros with. That's the beauty of this entire macro tracking progress is you can process. You can fill in your macros with what you want to eat, but you have to be mindful of like how much you're eating of each thing. So that's why it's good to track in advance so you can measure it to the gram and be able to hit your numbers. And I like to go back and check in nutrition every so often to make sure I am, on track to hit my macros. I'm just winging it. So this is a good way to show you that it's not that hard to hit your protein goal if you do some planning. I just set in some random numbers and I'm completely making up some food that I'm going to eat You can see now I have 23 protein, 64 carb, and 11 fat left for the day. So I'm just going to kind of go in and figure out what I can eat with that. I know that I can get a lot of carbs with some pasta and easily hit those numbers. But refer to the grocery list that I've given you if you need help with aiming for these numbers, if you need an idea for carb sources, fat sources, or protein sources. Overall, it's difficult to get down at first because you do have to weigh out your food and pay attention to those numbers. But after a few days of being intentional about it, it does get a lot easier and becomes second nature. My biggest advice also is just to stick to like a few core meals that you like to eat every day, and it just makes it easier knowing what you're eating to stay on track every day. So pretty much went over on protein, but hit it pretty close.